good, everybody? It's your boy, Jose Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. And you know I'm back with another response video to my girl, Sis G Official. I'm just saying, man, look at those lips. I know you swirling, but look at those. Anyways, shout out to the official Sis G with them lips. We're going to go back on and talk about what's going on today. And you know, Sis G is in the interracial dating community. She's married to the white man. I think she's somewhere in Europe, but she's like from the Congo and South Africa. So to be honest, she don't have no like I hate black men type of content, but you know, she does a lot of response videos to, you know, people who are in the interracial community. She be exposing scammers like Miriam Shamate supposed. You know, official Sis G is messy. Let's just keep what it is. She always got some stuff going on over there. Official Sis G is messy as hell, okay? That's just really what it is. And she does it in a nice way, but official G is messy. But she did post this video, and the video that she posted was pretty interesting, right? And it wasn't that she was talking in the video, but she just, you know, stole somebody else's video, you know, and just uploaded it, you know, which is what we about to do today on my channel. We about to steal her damn video and upload it to the channel. And the name of this video is, it's called Why White Men Don't Approach Black Women, okay? And so there's this older white guy who looks like he's a yoga instructor. He's in this struggle house. He's definitely struggling it up. I don't know if he's in a third world country, but he's a, you know, the typical old broke down dude that's living in a one bedroom apartment in Thailand. But he has a pretty interesting video, right? And he makes a lot of bad excuses for why white men don't approach black women. There's only one thing I do agree at the end. But let me go ahead and let's play this video from Struggle Brad, and then I'll come back and weigh in on it after this.
So I think a white dude is going to look at a black girl, and there's some sexual stereotypes. So, and I think that's part of the reason that I want to do my video on motives for a white dude dating a black girl. Because if you're a black girl, you don't want to just be on a dude's list. Like a dude's got a list. Like I want to do an Eskimo, I want to do a midget, let me add a black girl, let me blah blah. Nobody wants that. So there's some sexual stereotypes. There's this idea out there in the world that black women are going to be different in bed. That they're going to be more assertive, maybe. That they're going to throw a dude down and just out of them, and you know their booty's gonna be doing all kinds of funky stuff, and pornography again perpetuates that. So if a dude is maybe interested in a black girl, he's like, I want to see what a black girl looks like naked, and he finds that on the internet, he's probably gonna be like, I can't hang with that, right? And he's not thinking about it logically. He's not thinking about it like, you know, a sexual relationship is just between two people that love and care about each other, and it's, you know, he's not a perception, you're not a perception. I mean, you guys come together and you create your own reality. So there might be some intimidation there. There's also this stereotype out there that black dudes are just tougher. Like in a fight or in whatever, they're going to be tougher, they're going to be more assertive, they're going to be more, and so there's some intimidation, I think, just like white dude never wants to get his ass whooped by a black dude. So he's gonna maybe be like, well, I don't know, maybe her brothers will kick my ass, maybe her dad will hate me, maybe the other people in her life, she's black, she's got to have black people in her life, maybe they're gonna want to kick my ass, maybe they're not gonna approve. So I think there's probably that. I think there is, you know, there's a multitude of factors, and I'll probably miss half of them, all of them, most of them. But I think there's going to be reasons that a black dude is going to look at, or a white dude is going to look at a black girl and think she's not interested in me. You know, it's kind of well known that black women don't often date outside of their race. You rarely ever see a black woman with a white man out in public. I mean, think about the last time you saw it. You probably actually remember. I see black dudes with white women all the time, but I never see. I mean, literally, I could tell you I was at Nico's. I was at a Mexican restaurant the last time I saw a white dude with a black girl. And I remember it. It's just so uncommon that, I think there's this idea that a black woman doesn't want to date a white dude. And so there's kind of two sides thinking these things that aren't necessarily accurate. A black woman thinking, oh, white dudes aren't attracted to me, and white dudes thinking, oh, she wouldn't be interested in me, or, I can't handle her sexually, or something like that. So I guess my best advice to you is, if you're a woman, you're a woman. It doesn't matter if you're white or black or Asian or anything else. You want a man to be assertive. You want a man to come talk to you and take the first step. You want to feel cared about, protected, safe. You want to feel like he's attracted to you and interested in you. So, do your best to maybe give the looks, give the smile, something like that. And, I don't know if you gotta talk to him. Or maybe put yourself in a situation where he has a good opportunity to talk to you. If you're in a grocery store, go look at something right next to him in the aisle and ask him a question, and see if you kind of crack the door a little bit, if he opens it. But I definitely think that white dudes are interested in black girls and find them attractive. I just think there's a lot of stereotypes at play that are unspoken that white guys never really talk about. Maybe they don't even realize that there are things that are going on in the back of their mind. So, yeah, that's it.
All right, so let me go ahead on, after you guys have heard that nonsense, give a round of applause for Struggle Brad. Okay, for the first thing he says is, number one, because sisters don't want to be on a list, right? Because we've heard about black women dating guys, on Tinder, and then the guy will be like, I never had a black woman before. And we know that how that can be, right? That somebody can have a fetish for black women. But one thing he says is that black women, the stereotype is that they are more aggressive in bed. And that scares a lot of white guys off, okay? And then the second point is that, a lot of white men are, maybe intimidated because, black men are supposed to be tougher. And, black women are going to be a little bit more tougher, and they're going to be a little bit more aggressive in bed, and a lot of guys are scared of that. Let me just say this. White people have been, dominating over blacks for a while, okay? Well, I don't know why this is a perception that white people are scared of black people. It's just not the truth. Because, white people came to Africa and took over. White people took blacks from Africa to the United States. White people are not afraid of blacks, all right? It's just not true. White people are the police, okay? They are in the military. White people are not afraid of black people like people say that they are. Right? Maybe on the individual level, some white guy walking through the hood at night, he might be scared, but white men are not afraid of black women, okay? In fact, the person that I would think is more intimidated would be a black woman. And the reason is, white men are at the top of the dating pool market. Usually. Black men are typically second. So when you're the guy and you know that you're top of the dating pool wherever you go because you're white and you have white privilege, the person with white privilege isn't afraid of the person who is, considered to be at the bottom of society, which are black people, right? So, when a white person comes and talks to a black person, it's the black people that typically, change the way they talk. They talk, they code switch, they act completely different. That would be no different than, African American women when they encounter a white guy, in my opinion. They would probably change up, or change their the way they speak because they're in front of somebody that's white, right? That's just the way we've been taught. But the real reason why I feel that white men don't approach black women as much is the same reasons why a lot of people probably don't approach black women as much, right? Even on Tinder, where you have no barrier to approach a woman. There's no reason that, even on Tinder, black women are on social media dating apps. There are studies that show that black women get contacted less. And the reason why that is, it's not because I don't think that they're not attracted to black women. I think any good-looking woman is a good-looking woman. The issue with this is that white people are also cautious of what other people think about them, all right? It's just like women. Women care what other people think, right? If you're a white guy, how do you explain to your family, to your friends, that this is a black woman and you're gonna get married to her? Like, a lot of people in any white person's family are going to have issues with that. People don't want to talk about that, but that's the real reason, okay? And I can tell you, one of the reasons why I don't date interracially, outside of my own personal feelings, is because what people will say about me. That is, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the factors, okay? If you want to be in your own community, you want to be in the black community or in the white community, or the Indian community, a lot of people would interracially date if this was a free world as it is, but the world is not that free. What happens is when you're a person of another culture and you date other people, your people check you about that. Like, why are you bringing the black person home? Or why are you with that white girl? And there is a price to pay for many white people for dating interracially. Just like there is an expensive price to pay for any black person, or especially a black man, dealing with white women. The price is tremendous. Okay? That's something that we don't want to talk about. I've seen people who have platforms that were black platforms, and once they found out they had somebody else, it was over. The pull wasn't there no more. You pay a big price when you interracially date in the black community. Usually. And you pay a bigger price in the white community because white people typically, they're about not race mixing as much. So that's going to be a problem. That's the real reason. And people don't want to know. People don't want to talk about that. A lot of white men are, when they want to decide to marry a black woman, they really go out on a real strong limb. Just like when a white woman decides to marry a black man, she also goes out on a strong limb. Everybody pays a deep price for interracial relationships. And the reason is that white men, because of their status, they can get, they can weigh it and they can say, well, I do like the black woman, but, I'm still white. I can still get a white woman. I can hold off and get an Asian woman. They have a little bit more opportunity to shop around and try to pick a mate that's, more closer to them. And it doesn't have anything to do with them necessarily being racist. It's just what it is. And people don't want to talk about it. So when you get this guy up here and he's giving all these liberal excuses, this is why. Outside forces are what controls a lot of interracial relationships either not happening or whatever. I told you the truth, right? So guys, what do you think about this? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Subscribe to the bell. Check out my first comment pinned to the top. It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. I'm really appreciating you brothers right now. Check out the patreon.com, right? Patreon.com/nigga And yeah, just check out all my stuff. Check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. All my information is pinned to the top. As you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.